Yo, everybody, this is my third time recording this. My voice is getting really tired. Okay, this, as I've said in 2 previous attempts, this is a fan fiction reading. Only fluff, no smut, because I don't feel like reading smutty and sexual fan fictions in front of other people. So let's get to it. The ship lied in bed together in each other's arms, checking their social medias on their phone. It was their last night in New York, so they wanted to spend it together. No sleeping together in that sense, just cuddling. It was nice for the both of them, feeling safe in each other's arms. Really? I agree, shut up. Sorry about that. Jack felt really bad about what Mark made him do earlier. The red-haired man said that since he didn't upload on time, he wanted Jack and Felix to slap him. He couldn't exactly blame him for not uploading. They were in New York with shit internet, but in all honesty, he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to slap his boyfriend, who he rarely saw in person. He acted excited for the viewers, knowing that they wouldn't catch out to the relationship. That made no sense. Even though they hugged it out, he felt like an asshole for doing it at all. Mark, on the other hand, felt accomplished. He'd been slapped on camera before, thanks to the Fine Bros on YouTubers React, and he knew the viewers would love it. He also knew his loudmouth Irishman didn't want to do it. With Felix, it took 5 minutes to convince him, but with Jack, it took a full 30. The only way... The only way Jack was okay with it was if Felix went first and he didn't have to hit him hard. Of course, he made him slap him hard, unlike his promise. The red-haired gamer, sorry, I can't read it out loud, smirked at the comments on the video. Other than the ship comments, most of them were about how Felix's slap was brutal, which was entertaining, although shippers filled the highest rated ones. Jackie TSG. So Felix gets mad when Mark says shot about his subscribers. When Mark friends zoned him. I'm not gonna read the names because I don't feel like it. Mark, gonna get them to slap me on the ass tomorrow. Jack, oh, I remember that. That was funny as fuck. So even Jack is taller than Mark. Then the other half of the ship is taller than Mark. I still feel like shit. Jack said. Mark rolled his eyes at concerned man, I can't read! Jesus! I can't read! In his arm. It wasn't a big deal yet. Jack wouldn't let it go. He ran his fingers through Jack's green fringe, really? You shouldn't. I told you. It was so the viewers could get a laugh and not yell at me for not uploading. Jack propped himself up, sorry, again, I can't read, on his side with his elbow. I swear if the light goes out right now, I'm going to be one pissed off person. Looking into Mark's chocolate eyes with a serious look. He could have done any other video like in the past, yet he chose to be slapped. You could have done a I'm sorry video like you did before, but slapping me was funnier, admit it. Not when you're the one slapping your boyfriend. Mark didn't agree with that feeling. It just wasn't that big of a deal. He needed to make it okay between them. The last thing he wanted to do was the two of them to leave New York and never see each other for months with this hanging in the air. What can I do to make this better? The green-haired man hadn't really thought about that. After thinking for a few seconds, he felt the only way it'd be okay was if Mark slapped him. Jesus, I can't read in this environment. It's not funny. Shut up! I'm sorry, people. If he had to slap Mark, it was only fair that he got it in return. He sat cross-legged on the bed. Slap me. The other man propped himself up on his elbows in confusion. Jack wanted to be slapped? That was really his solution? You want me to do what now? If you slap me, then we'd be even. I'm not gonna slap you. Then I won't think slapping you today was okay. Mark groaned as he sat up, setting his phone on a nice on a nightstand. I said knife stand, I'm sorry. There was no way he was slapping his boyfriend. Doing it for a video is one thing, but this, not okay. Babe, you know it was just for a video. There is nothing personal behind it. On your end, to me, I feel guilty as shit for doing it. I'm not doing it. Jack was not going to let this go easily. Mark said he wanted to make it okay. And this was how. He didn't care if it didn't make sense. It just felt right. He wasn't going to make it a new kink in bed, though. Jesus, you had to break something kinky into it, didn't you? Finally, Mark realized he wasn't going to get out of it. After a few minutes of arguing, he knew his Irishman wasn't going to budge. He understood why Jack didn't want to do it earlier that day. Guilt. He sighed, looking down at the sheets. Then take your glasses off. I don't want you to get bruised by them. Jack scoffed by the statement. Even though he was getting slapped, his boyfriend was worried about him. He secretly hoped that Mark would feel what he felt when the roles were reversed earlier, or break them since you're too pro to be careful. He teased as he took off his glasses. The red-haired man laughed at the reference. Oh, the good times of being a gamer. You know it. Oh, God, that was a terrible Jacksepticeye impression. I'm sorry, Jackaboy. I'm so sorry. Once he sat his glasses down, Jack sat upright on the bed, showing he was ready to get slapped. Mark, on the other hand, was having second thoughts. He couldn't do it when it came down to the moment. He didn't want to hurt the man he loved. I'm not sure I can do this, Jack. The Irishman groaned and buried his face in his hands. It wasn't like they were whiny preteens having sex for the first time. It was simply slapping someone in the face at their request, just like earlier. If Mark could do it on camera for the Fine Bros and his subscribers, why couldn't he do it then? It isn't like we're fucking for our first time, Mark. Do it already. He couldn't slap Jack without a reason. It better make the baritone voice YouTube feel better if he had a minuscule reason, I don't know what that word is, for slapping his boyfriend. Give me a reason to do it then, like I gave you and Felix one. Jack had to think for a moment, for a reason to get slapped. There was many things he could use to tick Mark off. Oh no! That's when he thought of the perfect reason, making him smirk. You didn't win, Vanish. You died before you beat the game. Even if you were so close to winning it. Mark playfully placed his hand over his chest, pretending to be hurt. In all honesty, he was stalling the inevitable that he was surprised Jack remembered that far back into his video. Wow, that insult, though. Just slap me, you bastard. He had to pull out the big guns, or else I won't talk to you for a week after I land in Ireland. You wouldn't. Tripe me. Despite greatly opposing it. Oh no, he's fit to get slapped. Oh no. Mark took in a deep breath and slapped Jack across his cheek. The contact on his skin sent a sharp noise across the hotel room. Immediately, guilt rushed through his veins from the action. Jack swayed to the side a bit from the impact and held his cheek. It stung like a bitch, but it also made the situation a little bit better. Right after the slap, he heard Mark constantly apologizing for it. That was one of the things he loved about his boyfriend. He was very sympathetic. I love you, you dingus. Tell me if that wasn't the dorkiest thing I've ever read in my life. And I told you I can't read out loud, so it kind of sucks. But this is going to be kind of a short video because the phone's